Hello guys. If I close this, is that better? It's a little darker, but it's all good. So I was filming for about 5 minutes and it wasn't even on. So happy day. But what I was talking about was nothing too important. I was just letting you guys know that today we're going to get 2 more piercings. So here's the whole idea with me getting these piercings kind of back to back. I've done this with my tattoos too, because I'll be in like a mood where I feel like I can tolerate pain and I'm in the mood, let's get it done. So when I'm in the mood to kind of like crank them out, I've done it before where I've gotten like 3 tattoos in a month. You know, granted they're not big tattoos, but I don't know, I kind of feel like my pain threshold comes in waves, so might as well get it done and do it while I'm in the mood. And plus I have the time right now, and yeah, so not that I have to like justify, but just to explain to you guys kind of where my frame of mind is at. I always get kind of sentimental when I come over here because the place that made my grandmother's headstone is actually right here, and yeah, it always makes me a little emo to pass by there. I usually am not over here, like this is not an area that I frequent for any reason, so when I do come over here and I drive by there, it just gives me the feels, you know. You know, it's funny, actually, speaking of her headstone, I'm sure that most of you guys have at least one loved one who you care for their tombstone, their headstone, whatever you guys, you know, whatever you call it. I usually call it a headstone, but I'm sure you guys have at least one person that you kind of care for as well. And the other day, I went on to YouTube because I kind of have like my favorite products that I use on a regular basis. But what I was going to say is I was looking at a tutorial on YouTube, and typically what I would have to do is I would, you know, clean it, and to rinse off all the product, I would have to hope that the well was going to, you know, cooperate with me, and or take an empty gallon jug of water so I could rinse all of the product off of there. Well, I ended up looking on YouTube, and this guy had a hand sprayer. I'll throw up a photo right here for reference. So I went to Home Depot and I found one for like $8 or $10 or something. It wasn't very much at all. It fits, I think the one that I got fits 2 gallons, just so that I could, you know, make sure that I had enough water. And it's pressurized. So it's not like a power washer, but it's pressurized. So you kind of pump it, and that's what gives it pressure to actually be able to rinse stuff off of the headstone. So I tried it the other day. I went a few days ago, and I was, you know, kind of doing what I always do. And instead of having to rely on my gallons of water, I used this hand sprayer, and it made it so much easier. If you guys need an idea for how to make it easier, then give that a try. And I also bought the Dawn Power Wash instead of using just normal soap. I was over there to seal the headstone because it had been a while, and I usually will seal it in the summer or early fall. And I was like, you know what, I have time, so let's just get it sealed now. I'll throw up the sealer that I used too, because it did a fantastic job. I think I used a different brand last time I sealed it, but yeah, so Dawn Power Wash, granite cleaner, granite sealer, and that hand sprayer was phenomenal. And by the way, in the hand sprayer, and also when I would usually take my own water if the well wasn't working, I would use distilled water, just because it doesn't leave behind like hard water stains or anything like that. I think normal spring water does too, But I did feel like the distilled water did a fantastic job. So I know that's kind of random, but just to throw it out there, because I feel like most of us have a grandma or a parent or a cousin or a friend that you kind of help to make sure that their headstone looks pretty. So I know that's kind of morbid, but it's part of life, and you know, the older that we get, the more people that we're going to know that pass on, unfortunately, and that's just what it is. So anyway, I'm not fully decided on what piercings I'm going to get, but obviously I will check in with you guys as soon as I'm done. So I'm going to get on in there and I'll see you in a bit. Hello guys, I'm back. So what I got done is a forward helix. So it's a gemstone that like faces forward. And then I also got a flat done. That's the one with the bigger gemstones. So at this point, I am all done with the left side of my ear. So next Sunday, I'm gonna come back, and I actually saw a different piercer today, and I really like him. He was awesome, and I also felt like, you know, different piercers pierce different ways, and I felt like the pain was little to none with him, and I got 2 done in one sitting this time. I was kind of nervous about getting both done. He did really well. So yeah, little to no pain, good to go. I'm gonna give myself a week, and I just feel like, you know, I might as well get it done while I feel like tolerating a little bit of pain. I feel like it's one of those things, like, just put it off and put it off and put it off, and then end up not feeling like doing it anymore. And I was saying that getting my ear pierced is something that I've wanted to do since way before the panini started, and obviously I'm not gonna go do that during the panini. Hello. But I do feel like now that we are fully vaccinated and all that good stuff, I feel much more comfortable doing things that I was putting off because of the panini. So now I need to stop by the grocery store, grab something for dinner, and then make some dinner. So I'm excited. You know, the funny thing, that piercer did tell me the same exact thing that the other one did, and he said, if you are shaky, nervous, you have anxiety, or you feel like you pass out easily when you have shots, blood drawn, piercings, any of that kind of stuff, you should drink Coke right before the piercing. So I still have mine here. Drink half of it before the piercing, and then the other residual right after. And the amount of sugar that is in your bloodstream will help with nausea, anxiety, passing out, that kind of stuff. I'm really excited to start my new job this week. I still have a few days at home, so I'm, you know, tomorrow's not my first day or anything, but you know, when you start a new job, it's always I always get a little nervous, even if I'm really excited and I feel like it's going to be a really awesome opportunity. And I don't know if you guys are like this or not, but even if I know it's going to be good, I still get nervous about, you know, who am I going to work with the most? Or is everyone in the office, like, is it the kind of office that just has a bunch of toxicity that nobody knows about until they work there? Or does everyone get along? I don't know. You just have a lot of questions. At least I do when you go to start a new job. So hopefully it's all good things. I think that it will be. I think it'll be a good learning environment, and I think that it will also allow me to take a lot of take a lot of the stress that I was dealing with and kind of like leave it in the past. And I know like every job has a certain level of stress, certain level of, maybe even a certain level of toxicity, because office politics exists in every office. It just depends, is it just a little bit or is it a lot? If it's a lot, that's where I'm like, ooh, I can't work here. Because then you start to feel like you take the stress from the office, you start bringing it home, even if it's unintentional, and then that can cause stress at home. It's a whole thing. Hopefully the stress is minimal, but only time will tell. And as much as I really wanted to be closer to home instead of further away from home. It's only 3 miles, so that's, not really anything to look twice at as far as distance goes. But I am low-key excited because since I'm a little bit further out, it's going to give me time to get a vlog done in the morning. I can talk to you guys while I'm driving to work. I am going to experience a little bit more traffic, and it'll probably end up adding anywhere from 10 to 15, maybe even 20 minutes to my commute. But within those 10, 15, 20 minutes, I look at it as time that I can use to do car chats. You guys love car chats videos. And I really like the ones that are longer in form. I like the car chats that you guys can just put on in the background and let it play. It's not a reaction, so you don't feel like you have to be looking at the phone. It's almost, I don't want to say it's a podcast, because that's not the idea at all, but you guys know what I mean. You can just play it and you don't have to be looking at the screen or paying super close attention to what I'm saying. That's the whole idea of car chats. That's why I started doing them, because I like to have content like that to listen to, where I can just put it on in the background. It's just someone talking, whatever. If I want to toss a comment in there, then I can leave my comment. It's just nice to have something to play in the background. And yeah, so that's the whole idea of why I started doing car chats. And plus it was a way for me to get a video to you guys that was a little bit more relaxed in format and minimal editing. And once I realized that you guys liked it, that was all she wrote. Because I always want to be providing you guys stuff that you want to listen to. If I wanted to just do stuff to get views, then I could do that too, because I obviously know what gets the most views on my channel. But I also know that there's a large part of my audience that loves the car chats, so I will always provide them to you guys. I'm getting really good feedback on the video that I posted earlier today, talking about, how drama can kind of stunt your growth on YouTube. I also read some of the conspiracy theories about myself that I've seen more than one time. And yeah, so that video is getting a really good response. I know that people are not happy with it, but I don't really care. I have gone so long with not giving my energy to the drama. I wanted to make one video and make it a little lighthearted. So that's why I shared those conspiracy theories and weird comments that I see all the time, just to make it a little more lighthearted. So I think that's something really powerful in life that you can do, is once you learn how to preserve your energy for people that deserve it, that is a really awesome thing to perfect. It really, really is. And it took me a very long time to recognize that. And I'm not even talking about YouTube. I'm talking about day-to-day life. Not everybody deserves your energy. And not everybody deserves your recognition or your attention. once you can start to accept that and really start to apply it to your real life, that's a really powerful personality trait to have. To just say, you know what, this person does not deserve my energy. And even if it's not a permanent situation, let's just say that it's, this person doesn't deserve my energy today. I'll think about it again tomorrow, or I'll think about it again next week. But for today, this person does not deserve to take energy from me, especially when they are trying to get a rise out of me. They're trying to upset me or discourage me from doing something that I know is really good for myself. And, unfortunately, I've gone through that with family members that didn't deserve my energy. And that's kind of tough too. But, unfortunately, for a long time now, I've come to the realization that family, just because you're related to someone as a blood relative, does not mean that you owe them money. It doesn't mean that you owe them patience, time, dedication. Sometimes it doesn't even mean that you owe them love, especially if it's unconditional love. I've seen so many times how people want to sit there and say, oh, well, I'm your family. I'm your family. Blood is thicker than water. And all these, things that people always say. You have to respond to me. I'm your family. No, I don't have to. If I'm protecting my mental health, my energy, my self-love, my self-worth, if I'm protecting that by not responding to you, whether it's a short-term or a long-term or a permanent no response, then people need to respect that. That might seem kind of cold-blooded to some people, but I don't owe you shit. There's so many times where I've seen, especially with, people, usually it's like kids that come into money because they are famous, or they start a YouTube channel and they start making a whole bunch of money, or it's an athlete or a singer. And then it's like all of a sudden that kid, even if the kid is 25, 30 years old, it doesn't matter, they feel pressure to all of a sudden take care of their family financially. And that can build such a toxic relationship between the child and the family, whether the child's taking care of an aunt, a sister, a parent. When a parent is accepting large financial assistance from their child, unless there's like life circumstances where maybe the parent had a terrible accident and they worked for 40 years and they got into an accident and they're no longer able to work because of their injury, or something along those lines, that's a little bit different than the parent who decides to stop working prematurely because they know that their child is going to be signed to a team, or they see that the child is doing this YouTube channel and they're making 10 grand a month. So they decide to just stop working because their expectation is that the child is going to take care of them financially. Oh, my kids started making money, so now they can pay me back for all the years that I put a roof over their head. Guess what? When you become a parent, you sign up for the responsibility to take care of a child. That is your responsibility, to put a roof over your child's head. That is your responsibility to feed your child and clothe them and make sure that they have a safe place to rest their head every evening when they come home from school. That's the parent's responsibility. It's not the child's responsibility to take care of the parent just because the child has a special talent or becomes an entrepreneur. That doesn't necessarily equate to, oh, well, I owe it to my mom, or I owe it to my dad or my aunt. That's not the way the world works. So anyway, guys, I'm going to stop by the store and grab something for dinner. And then I might try to film a video because my boyfriend's riding his bike. I don't think that dinner will take me too long, so I might try to get a video done. But this video that you're watching is going to go up on the same day. Like I said earlier, since I did that kind of drama video, I also wanted to have a second video for you guys, just to make it a 2 upload day. So either way, let me get this all done. But for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.